Welcome to the next part of our experiment, that is procedure. Now the procedure of this experiment has been classified into different steps. That is, first step is weighing, then second is the precipitation, third one is digestion. After the digestion there is a filtration, after filtration there is a washing, then drying, then igniting, then weighing, etc. All these steps we are going to see here step by step. Okay, so here for the first step, that is for weighing, in this case generally the crucible which is made up from china clay, we used that crucible and heat it and then cool in a desiccator, and after repeating the same procedure, that is heating and cooling, we are taking the weight of that crucible and we are repeating that weighing till constant reading we get. As soon as we get the constant weighing, constant reading of weighing of that crucible, we stop the heating of this crucible and we keep that crucible in a desiccator for further procedure. But here in this experiment we are using sintered glass crucible for weighing purpose, not that of white crucible which is made from china clay. Instead of that china clay crucible, we are using sintered glass crucible. This crucible is already was in oven at 110 degrees Celsius, and in this experiment we are going to use this sintered glass crucible. Now here we are going to weigh this sintered glass crucible on an electronic balance.
The percent ratio of actual yield to theoretically is called a.
Here you can find the weight of empty sintered glass crucible is 31.262 gram. Again, keep this crucible in an oven up to the 110 degrees Celsius and again take the weight. Repeat this procedure till constant weight is obtained. Okay, now note down the weight of this empty weighing crucible, that is 31.263 gram. Here we have already prepared solution of barium. Take out the 10 ml of barium chloride with the help of pipette into 400 ml beaker. To this 10 ml barium solution, add about 1 ml concentrated HCl. Here I am going to add 1 ml concentrated HCl solution. Whenever you are going to add this concentrated HCl solution, pour the solution on a glass rod which is attached to the wall of beaker and not directly into the beaker. Stir it meanwhile. Again pour little bit concentrated HCl on the surface of glass rod. Okay, here I am completely transfer this concentrated 1 ml concentrated HCl solution into this 400 ml beaker. And stir it well. The addition of concentrated HCl prevents the co-precipitation. Now, what is meant by co-precipitation, post-precipitation? All these basic things we have learned in our theory class. To this mixture, add about 50 to 60 ml, 50 to 60 ml distilled water. This is the measuring cylinder of 25 ml. In second chance it becomes 50 ml. Now again for the 10 ml distilled water into this mixture. After the addition of 50 to 60 ml distilled water, again stir this solution and keep this beaker for heating, and heat this beaker up to the 60 degrees Celsius. Enough. Now side by side, take the 0.5 normal H2SO4 in a 100 ml beaker. And heat this 0.5 normal H2SO4 in a water bath. As we need both the solution in hot condition. Now I have the hot solution of barium chloride here and hot 0.5 normal H2SO4. Now mix this 0.5 normal H2SO4 into this solution of barium chloride drop by drop with constant stirring. And keep in mind that we have to add this solution in hot condition only. With constant stirring. You can find here, as soon as I pour this H2SO4 into the solution of barium chloride, the white PPT is going to be started here. That is, the barium chloride in the solution will start to convert into BaSO4, that is barium sulfate. And this white PPT is nothing but the PPT of barium sulfate. Now, after the addition of 0.5 normal H2SO4 into this beaker, you can find here the white PPT is already formed in this beaker, and this PPT is nothing but what? It is the precipitate of barium sulfate. Now, the next step is of digestion. As the PPT which is formed in this beaker having very fine particle, for that one process we must employ here, that is the digestion. Okay, as you can find here, a small layer of PPT which is settled down at the bottom of this beaker. Now keep this beaker with mother liquid and precipitate into the water bath for 40 to 50 minutes. And this process is called as digestion. And the purpose of digestion is to avoid possible co-precipitation which are formed along with this precipitation PPT, and ensure the growth of smaller particle into larger one, which can be easily filtered out. Okay, keep this beaker into this steam bath, or we can say that water bath, for about 40 to 50 minutes. After the complete digestion of this precipitate in its mother liquid, you can find that the layer of barium sulfate is just completely settled down. Okay, now the next step of our procedure is filtration. For filtration purpose, we can use Whatman filter paper, as well as we can use this sintered glass crucible. Okay, sintered glass crucible, as this crucible has some porous material here, white porous material, and when we put our liquid here, only the filtrate can be sucked out with the help of suction pump, and PPT remain as it is on this porous material. So here I am going to start the filtration process. Filtration, if your liquid is too much in a beaker, then pour supernatant liquid first, which can easily suction out. As you can find here, that the supernatant liquid get easily filtered out, and now mix the PPT well into the mother liquid and pour this PPT into sintered glass tube. As you can find here, only the mother liquid goes out into this conical flask, and PPT is here above the porous material. Okay. As you can see here, I completely transfer the PPT of barium sulfate into this sintered glass crucible. Nothing PPT is remain here. So after complete filtration, the next step is washing, and in same case, in same procedure, we are going to perform the washing. For washing purpose, we need a water bottle and put the water, distilled water here with the help of water bottle. The excess salt, that is the chloride ion, may get filtered out, and our pure form of PPT will remain above the porous material of sintered glass tube. Repeat the washing of PPT with the help of distilled water 2 to 3 times. More washing will give you more pure form of PPT of barium sulfate. Now, after the 2 to 3 times of washing by distilled water, you can find the water into the crucible is completely absorbed with the help of suction pump, and only the white precipitate of barium sulfate is remain on the surface of sintered glass crucible. Okay, now take out this sintered glass crucible, and you can easily find the two layer. One layer is of porous material, and second white layer which is formed above that porous material is of our product barium sulfate. After the filtration, now the next step is drying, and we have to dry this PPT. Don't take out this PPT if you are using sintered glass, and there is no need of ignition too if we are using this sintered glass. We can directly dry this material with this sintered glass crucible. For that, keep this sintered glass crucible in an oven for an about 100 to 110 degrees Celsius. Start the oven and keep it for 1 to 2 hours for complete drying at 100 to After 2 to 3 hours of drying, take out a sintered glass crucible from the oven and weigh it on an electronic balance. Now here you can see the reading. Now the weight of sintered glass crucible with PPT is 33.714 gram. When we took the weight of this empty sintered glass crucible before, the weight was something like 31 point something gram, and now after complete drying of this PPT, the weight of this crucible with PPT, that is with the PPT of barium sulfate, is 33.7 gram. Now if we minus the final weight from, if we minus the initial weight from final, you will get the amount of barium sulfate formed while performing this experiment. Now see the last part of our experiment, that is observation and calculation. In observation, first is weight of empty crucible, that is W1, which is found to be 31.262 gram. The second observation is constant weight of crucible plus precipitate, that is W2, is found to be 33.714 gram. And third observation is weight of precipitate, that is W3, which is nothing but the calculation of W2 minus W1. As you can see here, the W2 is 33.714 and W1 is 31.262. The subtraction of them gives you the value of W3, and this is 2.452 gram. That is, the weight of barium sulfate is 2.452 gram. Now in calculation, while performing the calculation, we should know the atomic weight of barium, then molecular weight of barium sulfate, and the weight of BaSO4 precipitate, that is W3. Here we can see the atomic weight of barium is 137.327 gram, and molecular weight of barium sulfate is 2.33 233.38 gram and multiply by 2.452. The result of this overall calculation is found to be 1.442 gram, and this 1.442 gram is nothing but the weight of barium present in 2.452 gram of barium sulfate. As we got 2.452 gram ppt of barium sulfate, and in this 2.452 gram of barium sulfate, the weight of barium only is found to be 1.442 gram. Right? Now in result, the weight of barium present in the given volume of BaCl2 solution was found to be 1.442 gram. So this is your experiment, that is estimation of barium from the given solution of barium sulfate gravimetrically.